So, let's see, where do I begin? My history with chiropractic started when, about 13 years ago, pretty girl walks into a coffee shop, asks her on a date. Before I know it, I am getting adjusted regularly, marrying her in this whole world. I grew up not knowing anything about chiropractic, only that they were kind of, well, my dad called them witch doctors. There's this funny story I have where my dad got all up in arms with a friend of his because his son had a fever. And instead of going to a doctor, he went to a chiropractor first. So my dad was all up in arms about this. And I remember him being so frustrated and yelling at my mom and just like, I can't believe they did this and all this stuff. So that was sort of what I knew about it. I started getting adjusted, and it's funny thinking about this. I'm thinking about my son Jasper's age. He's 3.5, and by when I was 3.5, I'd already had my tonsils and adenoids taken out, and I had my first set of tubes put in. And what's funny is that led to 8 more sets of tubes being put in my entire life up until I was 22. I had my last set. Usually, I'm the only 42-year-old man running around with earplugs on the beach. It's pretty, it's just kind of, that's my history of health. And as soon as I started getting adjusted, I don't have like evidence except like anecdotal evidence. For example, like, I would get sometimes 2 to 3 ear infections a year. I was always coughing, always sick, always sinuses, all that stuff. And within like 2 years, I started noticing just a better quality of health. I was noticing colds were lasting less. I was noticing just aches and pains. I haven't had an ear infection in probably 10 years, which was a lot better for me because, 2 to 3 a year to 0 is pretty awesome. And when I think about chiropractic, I think about the word cornerstone. Because when getting adjusted, coming to a chiropractic office, it's not just the adjustment that I'm getting, I'm learning about all sorts of things. I would learn from her colleagues about nutrition and health, all this other stuff that just like helped me to see that like wellness isn't just going to the doctor when you're sick and getting it treated. Wellness is this whole thing where you can have a life that is vital, that has vitality. And so that's kind of where it's gone for me. I think it's very important for us to, have him coming out the womb adjusted and living this life. I wish that I would have had it. I wish that I, could have gone without so many, surgeries on my ears and things like that. And I just notice how he deals every day with regards to him being sick. He still gets sick. He still gets colds. I do notice that they last a lot less than his friends that I see in school. I do notice that even the way that he interacts with people is different. And I know that those are just like anecdotal things that I equate to this, but this is all that I have to look at, So I think that it's been incredibly beneficial for my life. It's been one of the greatest things for me.